Okay, so let's do some distributive property. And in class, we didn't really do all of them, but remember that my distributive property is AB plus AC, or AB minus AC. Okay. So, like, I just did a handful of these. I did the ones that I thought were harder in class. So I would have distributed like my -4 here. So -4y minus 12. Distributed my 8. So I get 32 minus 8b. Distribute my negative to both terms. So I get a -y plus 9. I'm just picking some ones. My 6a to both terms gives me a 6ab plus a 12ac. Here I can distribute to 3 terms, so then that gives me a 2x minus 2y plus 16. Let's do some fractions, because that's fun. So my 1/4 times my 8x, that 8x is over 1, and then minus 1/4 times 4 over 1. So then I get an 8x over 4 minus 4 over 4. So I get a 2x minus 1. Okay. And I did it that way. Like, there's another way that you can do it by canceling stuff out and recognizing that, and that's fine. But I know that we're kind of just, refreshing our memories about distributive property, so I don't want to get too crazy right now. Okay, so I have a 3/5 x, and then a plus 1/6 times 18 over 1. Because remember, any whole number is over 1. So that gives me 3 over 30x plus 18 over 6. And then both of those reduce to 1 over 10 because they both are divisible by 3. 18 and 6 goes in evenly with a plus 3. So that's 1/10 x plus 3. Again, I have a -1/8 times a 4/5 x, and a negative make a positive, right? So these two negatives make a positive 1/8 times 24, over 1. So that gives me a -4 over 40x minus 24, plus 24 over 8. 4 over 40 reduces to 1 over 10, so this is -1/10 x. And 24 and 8 go in evenly into a positive 3. Okay. Sometimes I have to distribute and then combine like terms. So I did a few of these also in class. So I have a 16x minus 24 minus 6x. So then my x's can combine, so I get a 10x minus 24. Here, distribute my 9. So I get an 18k minus 36. -2 gets distributed to both terms. That gives me a -14k plus 24. So I have the k's make a 4k. And then a -36 and a 24 give me a -12. Okay. Here, I'm going to distribute my negative. Goes in, so I have a 10, and then a minus y, a plus 6, and a minus y. So then I get a 16, right? And then my 2 negative y's gives me a -2y. Now they get a little trickier. Let's do some fractions before we end this lesson. So 9/4 times 10 over 3x minus 9/4 times 4 over 1. So I did distribute to both terms. And I have a -1/4 times 2x over 1. And then a -1/4 times a -8 over 1. So that gives me a 90 over 12. And I wouldn't necessarily do this now because it's starting to get a little bit out of control, right, with these fractions. So what I would have done is, just so that, you could see how things cancel out. So I'm just going to write it out without actually multiplying everything through. So 9 times 4 over 4. And then a minus 2x over 4. And then a plus 8 over 4. Okay, just so then that way, without actually multiplying and get like 90 over 12, what you can see is that the 2, 4, and the 10 are divisible by 2 And then the 3 and the 9 are divisible by 3. So then I'm left with 15 over 2x. Okay. My 4's cancel out. I'm left with a minus 9. My 2 and my 4 reduce to 2 and 1. So that gives me a minus 1 half x. And then my 8 and my 4 reduce to a positive 2. So now I have a 14 over 2x minus 7. So I get a 7x minus 7. Okay. Fractions are no fun. I totally understand, but we got to start figuring out how we're going to work with these. Okay. So again, I have 7 times 4 over 8 times 5x. Maybe I should make it so we don't get confused. So let's do this first. So 7 over 8 times 4 over 5x plus 7 over 8 times 16 over 1 plus 3 over 5 times 1 half x, and then plus 3 over 5 times negative 10 over 1. Okay, so now I can write this so we wouldn't get confused. 7 times 4, 8 times 5x, plus 7 times 16 over 8, plus 3 over 10x, and then minus 3 times 10 over 5. Okay, so now we can see how things cancel out. So my 4 and my 8 reduce. So this gives me a 7 over 10x. And then my 16 and my 8 reduce. So this gives me a plus 14 plus 3 over 10x. And then my 5 and my 10 reduce, so a minus 6. So now I have a 10 over 10x conveniently, and then a 14 minus 6, which is a positive 8. So I get x plus 8 because my 10s reduce. Okay, and that is it for this lesson.